obviously go more about it, talk more about it. I think for now, before we do the Spanish players, because that's again a ton, I want to go with like, let's do the Irish, okay? Let's do Matty Morgan and Max Musumeci. Movie length stream for just ranking the Italians. Real. But yeah, so the Irish players. So Matty Morgan, okay? Matty had an insane season, despite not winning anything. So Matty is also like the sixth ranked player in EU. The GCs were not great. Or like they were all right. I think it should be 120, 80, 50. Yeah, 120, 80, 50. But Matty's tournaments. So 6th in Stockholm. Before that, 9-3 in EUIC top 64, top 64 in Birmingham, top 8 in Stuttgart, top cut in LAIC, lost to Brady Smith, top 32 in Gdansk, top 32 in Lille, 2nd in Dortmund. Okay. My bad. Big dog. And then in the last season, Worlds didn't go his way. I mean, 5-3 is also not a bad result. And Dortmund was good. Gdansk was fine. Toronto was good. Lille was fine. And before that, he finished top 8 in Worlds after getting finals in Malmo and top 16 in EUIC. So, yeah, Matty Morgan. Like, in this season, probably, like, one of the best players. Like, if you take a look at both ICs, top cut LAIC and 1 win away in EUIC. He only lost to Dill, who was able to win the whole thing. Wave, who was able to top cut. And Jonathan Marston, who's also a good player. So, Matty. Do we think Ruben has higher odds than Matty? Sorry, Ruben. I feel like it should be like this. This looks about right. Yeah, I think this is about. This is good. And then Max Musumeci. Okay, honestly, Max recent runs, he was not in Worlds contention. Like, he was super far away from getting a Worlds invite. Like, so far away. And then Max pulls up with a top 8 Bologna and top 16 Utrecht finish. After going 4-4 in EUIC, Birmingham another top 16 finish, Lille day 2, and then before that Liverpool Lille and this is like for two. Actually, Lille was like, this was not this season. So his season started in Liverpool with 5-4, and then he had like these ones. So Max is actually decent, I feel like. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised how well Max converted. True, Liverpool was also last season. Right. Wait, you're right. So those are the 5 tournaments from Max. 4 day 2s, 3 of them were cuts, and EUIC. Yo, Ryan, how you doing? Ryan, you're not playing NAIC, right? I would love to see you again, but I assume you are not playing. I mean, why should you? See you at World's Fair. Matty is an easy S. That's also fair. We will look at it. But where do we put Max? I think Max is a solid B plus contender or B. I think B plus looks about right. I mean, obviously EOIC was bad, but other than that, shit was good. Like 3 top 16, one of them top 8. Shona, Fantinato, David Barker, and no, Nicolo Reas. Yeah, I think Max is B plus. That's maybe a little too high. I will put him in B for now. Actually, let's do one of the singular players. Let's go with Shmon, okay? For those who don't know Shmon, it's one of the nicest players out there. And Simon van der Bocht was a caster for a long time as well. I don't know why he's not casting anymore, but he's a Belgian player, and he never really day 2'd. He has 2 day 2s out of 19 tournaments. Honestly speaking, that is not good. Like, his first season, he was able, or like in the first season, he only played Bochum and EOIC. This is where he casted more. Yeah, he casted Victory Road, but like not official streams anymore. But yeah, so he had 2 6-3 runs. Then in the second season, he decided to play himself top 16 in Barcelona. Other than that, not great ones, especially Worlds, not amazing. And then in this season, 4-4, 4-4, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 2-5, 3-4, and now he was able to day 2 in Bologna, finishing 8-3. And his losses were only Theo Thieme, Mark Mullender, and Carlos Cabal. So still probably like either here, like Shai had a top 16 finish in this season, and Shai also has more championship points. Like Shmon currently is at 820. He needs a top 32 finish probably to get his Worlds invite. So it's probably like this way. Sorry, Shmon, I love you, but not like you're not a player who is going to be cut for NAIC. Yeah, that was crazy, Slaney. Like, what he does to the community is also really, really crazy. Also, I haven't said it, but thank you, Male and Idolo, for follows. It was a while ago, but I appreciate it. Yeah, Akali. I was thinking, like, he's between B plus and B. I'm not entirely sure where to put him, but yeah. Matteo has to go higher. Yeah, that's fair. That is super fair. I mean, he won a regional. Actually, he should be... No. But I will still keep Max on B for now. Yeah. Now, one more. We will talk about Nicola, because very similar to Shmon, because they have the same amount of CP, and then we will go to the Spanish players. So Nicola Zerdom has the same amount of CP, 820, needs a top 32 finish as well, and actually Shmon could also just need... If Shmon gets top 64, he will end at 910. Maybe 910 will be enough, but probably not. So yeah. But Nicola Zerdom, it's a player I coached, and I know what he's capable of. And he was also in the chat a little earlier. And I gotta say, Nicola, first season was not amazing, like a lot of 6-3 and 5-4s. But then the second season, 10-4 start. Who's Eric Legru? He had a top 8 in his Utrecht tournament, I think it was. Or was it Stockholm? I think it was Utrecht. Yeah, it was Utrecht. 100%. Hey, what do you exactly mean, Lily? I don't even understand, like, the joke, or I like... I don't understand what you have written at all. But yeah, after the good result in Barcelona, 5-4, 6-3, 3-4, then in this season, he starts off with a... Actually, it was not this season, it was last season as well. 10-4 in Dortmund. But yeah, EUIC 5-4, Worlds, not his tournament. This season, he starts with a day 2 in Dortmund. Gimenez top 128, lost the winning in against Nikolai Nielsen. Stuttgart day 2, Birmingham day 2, but like the day 2s are all not great. Utrecht top 64 day 2, EUIC 4-4. So I would probably put him... where's my ranking? I would put him in front of Nicolo. I think this is about right. Okay, it's fine, Lily. I just got super confused. I have a fun problem next season. My football team... Well, yeah, you can do both. You can surely manage both. Well, Jade, I know we said like we're not... I mean, we are still taking a look at who the player is. Because, look, let's say I have a bad next season and I don't... Like, I play 5 events. Let's say I play 3 events and I go 6-3 in all of them. Or 5-3. Would you say I'm a D-tier player to win NAIC? No, it's not. So, and I'm like, I don't evaluate legacy over the current season. Like, I try to find a mix of everything. Oh, Lily, that's unfortunate. And exams are super important, so you should definitely watch out for your exams first. Drinks me at NAIC for that one. Let's go. And thank you, Ricky, for a follow. And now Spanish players. Victor Medina, the player with the second most major CP, very close to Marco. The player with no wins, but also a lot of top cuts. 12 top cuts out of 28, a lot of day 2s. Internationals, 3 out of 7 top cuts, 5 day 2s. He is the player who in Scarlet and Violet, he top 4'd LAIC, EUIC and NAIC. He was top 4 in all kind of ICs, I think. Actually, no. He was not top 4 in EUIC in the Scarlet Violet era. He was top 4 in EUIC in 2022. My bad. But yeah, so his season starts with Liverpool, good tournament. Bochum, good tournament. Utrecht, good tournament. EUIC, good tournament. Turin, good tournament. NAIC, top 4. Worlds, top 8. Like, this first Scarlet Violet season is... Yeah. I would say not bad. Then second season, top 16, top 64, top 8 LAIC, top 128 G-Dance. Like here he had a little rough phase, but then top 8 in Dortmund, top 16 Utrecht, 17th in EUIC. After finishing 8-0, he finished 8-0. He beat Giulio. Yeah, he beat Giulio in around 8. But yeah, and then top 8 Bologna, top 16 Stockholm as well. NAIC was not his tournament. Won the winning against Terran, That's fair. Aaron Banya it doesn't have a bad elo as well, so was a good player. And Luka Tregut, obviously not a bad player as well. And then in this season, top 32 Dortmund, finalist Lille, top 8 Gdansk, finalist LAIC, and then UIC again, not his tournament. Stuttgart still 8-3. Thank you, Snoopy, for the sub. Appreciate it. Top 64 in Stockholm, but now again, top 8 in Lille and another top cut in Bologna. So I think Victor is at least A+, if not S. I guess I would put him in front of Francesco for sure, but probably not in front of Cherry Belly. I think this screams like a poll. But yeah, Torviv. Chichiot behind Chichiot in front of Ruben in front of Matty. Actually, I see Matty. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, sorry, Ruben, but I think I will do it. Not this way. This way. I'm really looking forward on what you decide for Victor. So the poll is ongoing currently. There are only 2 votes in for now. I feel like Victor is a player. He is probably, together with Aurelian, the player that is like, when I think of 3 players, the 3 best players that haven't won a single major event yet, it's probably Aurelian, Torviv, and Luka Tregut. See that I heard that a lot, but we are not, no. But yeah, in front of Chichiot seems reasonable. We got mixed up so often, it's hilarious. Like when he won Malmo in 2023, people came to me and said congrats on winning the regional. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, now, like, I would say like 2 years ago we looked very similar, but now we drifted apart. But yeah, next up, Eric Rios. Eric Rios, a player with phenomenal GCs, 390. So his GCs are 141, like top 8, top 16, top 32. And his regionals are also quite good. I mean, he already won an IC. He won EU IC in 2022. For those who don't know, hi Ozzy, how you doing? For those who didn't know, so like in Sky and Violet, he starts off with incredible results, wins the regional in Utrecht. What the? Was he actually going to Fort Wayne? Like, it's possible. I'm not sure. And what exactly do you mean with that, Aris? Anyways, he had good tournaments, top 16 in NAIC. Thank you, Muffle, for follow. And then Lil 10th. Toronto, not a bad result. Top 16 LAIC, top 4 Gdansk, top 8 Dortmund, top 32 Utrecht, top 32 Stockholm, top 16 NAIC again. So top 16 NAIC back to back. Just saying. There are 2 Eric Rios. Wait. You mean the Fort Wayne Eric Rios? Fair enough. I would have been super surprised if he went to Fort Wayne after winning Utrecht. But yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, he finishes this last season losing Winnenden against Kylan, and he lost to Kian and myself. So still a very, very, very strong Worlds one. And this season, top 8 LAIC, bad Gdansk, bad Stuttgart, bad EUIC. But after top 8 LAIC, he also has a top 32 in Birmingham, a finals in Stockholm, and top 32 in Sevilla. Or Seville. So Rios is a phenomenal player, and he won an IC, and in both the last ICs, he got top 16. But if we take a look at this season, he performed worse than Matty. If we take a look at like all ICs that were played like recently, he played better. Like he has better ICs. And he also obviously plays the game for over a decade. So he knows what he's doing. And it's like... I guess the best comparison we can go for now is, let's compare Torviv and Rios. Who would you say has better odds of making a deep run in NAIC? I will check something really quick because I got some important messages. But who do you think has better odds? Alrighty. Okay. Torviv, and I would say Eric. Seabed. Like, Seabed, I don't know. Like, your last comments, every time you write something is just whack. I don't know. Maybe you just wanna troll, but also in the last streams you're just there to troll. I do not like that. But yeah, so it's 50-50. I will put him in front of Victor. I think Victor is an amazing player. So is Eric, but I think Eric is slightly ahead. But is he? Yeah, I think this looks about right. Actually, no, I will just keep it that way. It's all in good fun. Well, in the last streams you wrote some inappropriate stuff, so that's why I'm mentioning it, highlighting it. Then Alex Gomez. You know what's crazy? Alex Gomez has 1,400 championship points, and he still has a 0 finish. So he can still have one finish that it's like, if you know like what you're writing, like sometimes I feel like you don't know what you write. So I just wanted to highlight that. But yeah, Alex Gomez, even though his GCs were like not amazing, he has a top 4. And then like 2 top 128s, which is kind of funny. It's like Alex Gomez Berner. What should I say? He won NAIC in the first season. Like, as you can see here, he had good finishes. Top 32, top 16, top 4, top 16 EUIC. Win in NAIC, and he also cut Worlds. Next season, Barcelona top 8, Lille top 16, LAIC top 16, Liverpool top 64, Dortmund top 32, Utrecht top 16, EUIC top 4, Stockholm top 16, NAIC top 32, and Worlds top 32. He lost to Nick Holmer. Alberto Baldi, and Kieran Singh. And then in this season, Gdansk was his only event in Scarlet and Violet that he didn't day 2 up until UIC as well. But in this season, he has a top 4 Birmingham, top 16 Stuttgart, top 8 LAIC. It's honestly insane. Hi Juan, how are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. I hope your prep is going well. We are almost there to rank you as well. But yeah, Alex is, I think, like in this level. Yo, Etox, how you doing? We were talking about you. As you can see, you're ranked a little lower. Because you're like, what is your full name? Is it like Eric Iliot Legru? But we ranked you a little lower because like the competition is so high, and like you had a phenomenal one in Utrecht, top 8 with a really cool team. I remember you when we fist bumped each other in our last Swiss round, but like, well, we gotta be honest with everything. I think an EU player ours, but yeah, Alex Gomez. I'm really curious on what you say. Like, I will just make a poll and don't say anything what I think. I will just make a poll, and I just wanna see what you say. Okay. I just wanna see what you say. Like I teased a little bit, but okay, boom. It's gotta be one of those 5. So yeah, you can vote now, and I will do a quick ad. I will put in a quick ad. Boom. So Alex Gomez is a player who's also very intimidating. We had this topic earlier, right? When we talked about Pepe, Rios, and Billa. I think Gomez is also... I think Gomez is not as intimidating as Rios, but he might be the better. Like, I think Alex is not as intimidating as Rios, but he's probably the better player than Rios, which is weird. But I hope you understand. I think I am 1-0 against Alex. I beat him in Bochum, and I think I'm also 1-0 against Eric because I beat him at Worlds. Damn, people were yapping? That's rough. But yeah, Lorenzo, still congrats on your amazing, honestly, really, truly impressive run again. Really happy for your top 4. You played some really good games as well. You also had a remarkable moment now with a turn 2 surrender. CSR Zaman Awards, right? It is very accurate, Alex. It is very accurate so far. So we had Lorenzo Silvestrini just in, who is not going. He just said it. But the others, it is like, it should be 99% accurate. So we can actually use this list for our draft as well. It was so funny. Yeah, I like, at least like the cool part was that you both seemed to have fun. Like, we saw it in the camps. Like, you were both laughing because you know how stupid it was. But yeah. Oh, that's very fair, Alex. But for now, those players we have on the list are all going. There can always be surprises. But yeah. next up we've got Joan Garcia. And you know what? I am 2-0. No, I am 3-0 in this season against Joan. Which is funny. Because we never played before, but we played 3 times in this season. Wait a second. I mean, Federico is Federico has over 2,000 championship points. Like, it's Federico who's participating in the draft. It's just some top guys. But we will actually, Alex, is that going to be a public thing, or I think we do it in public, right? Like, there will be a stream for that, I assume. Not entirely sure. But yeah, Joan Garcia. Ryan, like, Joan changes his opinion every single day. And according to some Spanish players, he is going. Oh, so you're not going, Eric. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's sad, because I would have loved to see you there, but it is what it is. Are you going to play a lot again, Eric? I hope you are. Or are you, like, Eric is correct, or is it Elliot? You still have to answer that question to me. Who's better, you or Wolfie? Well, time to find out in NAIC and Worlds, I guess. Yeah, it's 6-8. Sounds good. But yeah, let's say Joan is going. We are like not entirely sure, but Joan is currently ranked 18th, and Joan had a phenomenal start. Like, Joan's start into the season. Dortmund, he was first seed. In Lille, he was, I think, second seed, or was he also first seed? And he started with top 16 and top 4. And then 5-3 in Gdansk, then again 8-3 in Birmingham, then again 5-3, 7-3 in Seville, and now top cut in Utrecht again. Before that, his results were like not great. Did he have a win in Worlds? No. Yo, Lorenzo! Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Means a lot. Thank you. But yeah, like 5-3, 5-4, 9-6, 6-3, 6-3, 5-4, 5-4, 6-3, 5-3. Worlds 1-3. Like, John is a player who really improved in this season. I think it is very similar to Max Musumeci. Max also had 3 cuts. Probably a little better than Max. But I think John is solid B+. I think this is perfect between Team and Max. Thank you, Junior Eput, for the follow. Junior Eput, I'm not a Junior Eput. It's Eric Elliot Ligwo. I see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eric. If I in some way offended you. Do you think you're better? I would not say that I'm better than Wolf, but I would say that I can beat Wolf. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I think this is a good ranking for Juan. Or Juan? I know it's Juan, and I think it's Juan. Okay, yeah, take care. Take care, and thank you. I hope I will see you around next season. Or maybe in some streams. Alrighty, next up, Victor Gimenez Call. Victor is crazy because he's one of my favorite players because the sets I had against him were like the best sets of Pokemon I had. And I played against him 3 times already. Day of Dondozo, yeah. He is only using Dondozo. He never used not Dozo. I feel like... Was he the Victor when you played? I think I would stop reading your messages, Seabed. But yeah, he finished top 4 in Bochum. Then had a lot of X3s. And then he, because of work, he took a long break as well, as you can see. He played Dortmund in this season. Like in the first season, he had a long break between Malmo and Liverpool. And then like here, he starts with Birmingham, top 32, top cuts EUIC, top 64 Stockholm, top 4 Seville. He's like a good player, I would say. He also his GCs were not bad. Like he has where do we have it? 120, 80, 65 is like all white. And he's in World's TA race. But if he keeps using Dondozo, he won't have a successful tournament. I think Marco has fallen a bit. Do you mean Marco Silva? That's fair, Pedro, that's fair. But yeah, Victor Gimenez call. It's probably B-, I would say. I think B- sounds right. He's worse than Max. Actually, is he worse than Max? Because he cut EUIC. But he does, like... Maybe it's something like this. Yo, Schladi, thank you for a follow. Thank you, Alfarius. I have the opinion that if I win Worlds, I can say that I'm at Wolf's level because I got top 4 in Worlds 3 years in a row. In the like, I will not say that 2016 Worlds was easier. That is not the case. Like 2016 years Worlds was also super stacked. But I would say like the overall level was a little worse than it is now. Like the average level. Like the top players existed back then as well. I mean, like Marcus Stata, Eric Rios, Alex Gomez, we were all playing back then. But as you can see, like a lot of top tier players started after 2016 with like Marco Fierro, Fede Campo, Luca Ceribelli, Victor Medina. And that's why I think that I would, like, it would not be wrong after those Worlds results. But yeah. Next up, Juan Manuel Odriozola. Juanma. He was my very, very first stream match in Utrecht back in the day. And after that, I've been following him ever since. Juan has won a Victory Road tournament, but it was also quite some while ago. I think it was in Regulation 8? Not 100% sure. True, Lily, true. First rank G, I see. Yeah, first rank G. And appreciate it, Fabius. Thank you so much. But yeah, Juan Manuel Odriozola. Currently, also has one result open. He's over here with a 0 finish. As I said, the GCs were really good with like 130, 120, 120. And the other tournaments were like good, but they can be better. Like Juanma is a player. Wait, what? Juan Manuel. Did I miss an accent somewhere? No, maybe I just mistyped. It was the first way of actually. I see. Who do you think will win NAIC? I have a feeling. Okay, you know what? I will say it after day 1, which is a little cheating, but it depends on which teams the players will use. Like, it literally depends on which teams the players will use. Like, saying something out of nowhere is rough. But yeah, so he had Utrecht top 8. Liverpool not amazing. Suddenly EUIC top 32. Worlds 3-3. You played against 3 Japanese players. Damn. Interesting one. But yeah, next season, Barcelona top 32, Lille 9-5. Then again, rough phase. EUIC again top 64. NAIC, I remember NAIC. He had a really strong NAIC start with like 8-0, 9-0 in day 1. Wait, 11-0? No, wait. I missed a loss. Wait. Yeah. Against Alex Underhill in round 1. But then he won 10 in a row. Suddenly had a score of 10-1. But he finished 11-4, unfortunately. So, still a great NAIC, I would say. Worlds was a 4-3. Loss against Daniel Walker. His team was abysmal, like crazy to tag for. Like, it's just a pure matchup fish. For those who don't know, like, was it Daniel Walker? I think it was Daniel Walker. He was with, actually, was it Daniel Walker? With the Weezing, Smeargle, Kyogre, Slowking, Excalibur team. I think it was him. Yeah. Like, and you were using Kowaidon. Let's do it, Kara. Let's do it. Yeah, and then losses to Jack Lloyd and Pro-Man, yeah. Man, like, you played against so much shit. I think Pro-Man used Iron Leaves back then as well. Like, not shit in terms of, like, terrible players or just terrible teams, but, like, stuff you haven't prepared for. Yeah, that's what I mean. You played against more Weezing than Miraidon. Oh, man. But yeah, okay, let's take a look at this season. Top 16 Lille. Top 32 LAIC, top 64 Birmingham, top 64 EUIC. EUIC win and in against Ruben. I'm so mad. I'm 0-2 against you. There's no player I'm 0-3 against, but I'm scared of NAIC. But yeah, so Juan Manuel Odriozola is a player who's, I think, very similar to Teotime in terms of results. I think Juan is a little more consistent than Teotime, but Teotime has the better finishes in the end, if you understand what I mean. Like, Juan had day 2, 10 out of 17 tournaments and cut 3. And out of internet, actually 5 out of 5 day 2s and 1 top cut. So... Well, why is Pardo so high again? Well, hey, why did we put Pardo so high? I guess because of legacy, but like Pardo's season was not amazing, was it? Actually, it was also not bad. I think this looks about right. I think Adam is like, those two are a little high, I feel like. But I feel like I would put Teotime slightly over you, Juan. But like Pardo and Adam, we have to re-evaluate that as well. But let's keep going with Gabrielle Yanzo first. Gabriel is interesting because he popped out of nowhere. Maybe, like, Juan, you probably know more about Gabriel. When did he start playing? I know what I missed. Gabriel Yanzo. This season. Oh, I did not know that. But yeah, Dortmund was not great. Lille was also not amazing, but then Stuttgart top 32, Birmingham top 8, Seville top 42, top 64, UAC. I guess it's like somewhere over here. Probably like this. I'm so curious. He has over 1,000 championship points. Here, 1032. And he didn't even max his locals, and his GCs were not amazing. I guess votes for tournaments are just very solid, and the one top 8 is outstanding. He came from playing singles? Wait. Am I supposed to know him? Like, what kind of singles? Did he play draft? Did he play Smogon? Or did he, like... Because I should know a lot of Smogon players. Well, this is like from a person who has like all the data. I'm not entirely sure myself, high tech, but they got all the data. But yeah, I think this is for now about right. Okay, Waxen. I think if we talk about like a phenomenal player who's super inconsistent, it's gotta be Waxen. Like, I feel like Waxen is a player who can always go all the way. He can win, but he can also go like 4-4. Or that RS, that's also possible. But I heard that he has like all the data. But yeah, so Waxen, he played like in the Sword and Shield era as well, but in Sky and Violet, he has a top 8 finish in Utrecht, a lot of 6-3s. Did he have a win it in? Yeah, he lost a win it in against Nails. Oh, I remember that one. It was heartbreaking. But yeah, then he wins Liverpool out of nowhere after not debuting an event for a year. And then again, 5-4, 6-3, 6-3. Suddenly he pops up again, goes top 4 Bologna and top 8 NAIC and top 16 Worlds. And then top 64 Dortmund, top 64 Gdansk, top 64 LAIC, and top 16 Seville. Like, Antonio is good, like crazy good. Thank you, Super Sam, for follow. Like, Antonio is really good, but also super inconsistent. Like, I don't know how to rank Antonio. It's like only 1 cut out of 6 in internets and only 50% day 2 rate. Still like a lot of day 2s and also a lot of cuts. It's like this looks wrong. Wait, okay, you know what? I gotta do something. It should be like this, I feel like. Maybe this. Hi AJ. Those, like, the ones I have here are 100% going. Or like, for now 100%, as long as nothing happens. But yeah. Fun fact, these are all players that are also in the top 100 in the leaderboard. Then we've got Santiago Molina. Santiago, does anybody know the seniors results from Santiago? Because I feel like they are he is a good player. Like, he started in this season as a master. Like, before that, he was a senior. I think he's 17 years old. I also coached him for a little while. And his star was like 5-3, 4-4, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3. But now in Utrecht, he finished 7-4. And in Bologna, he also cut with a top 16 finish. he does not have his invite yet. He is currently at like 800 here, 859, because his GCs were like not amazing. It was like 50, 50, 35. That is not a lot. He needs a top 64 for an invite probably. Maybe top 128 can be enough, because top 128 would give him... No, top 128 is never going to be enough, because with a top 128, he will be at 899, and the cutoff is already at 900. But with a top 64, he will get 929, and 929 is probably enough, but top 64 means a 9-3 finish. And is he going to finish 9-3 in NAIC? He is currently on a streak, like a little bit, and it never performed terrible, right? Like his worst finish was in Stuttgart of 4-4. But I would say Santiago is like... I feel like Santiago is probably in front of Nicolo. Yeah, this looks about right. Maybe Marco should be in C tier. Even though he didn't debut a single event in this season, I feel like he deserves this. Next up, we've got David Fernandez. Actually, let's go with Alberto Canuelo Gomez, because he's top 16. I wanted to like go after like championship points, but we added Alberto later because somebody in the chat today said that Alberto is probably going. And Alberto is a really good player. Wait, what? Is he not? I guess because of the Bologna finish. That's why he's not on this list. Spain, but he should be here. Yeah, he is 1323. Maybe I also just mistyped. But yeah, Alberto, let's take a look. He's currently ranked 14th, even though he had really bad GCs. His GCs are 65, 65, 50, which is like really bad on the top level, right? Like, do you see this 180? I guess Terran had even worse, but yeah, major CP 925, and that's because his majors are really good. Thank you Brahidio for follow. So before that, let's take a look at the first seasons. First season he didn't play. Second season, top 64 Barcelona, top 64 Stuttgart. Wait, 7-2? Did he got disqualified or did he drop? Because he should have played 5 more rounds. And EUIC he finished 10th. He bubbled in EUIC. And he played against, like, he beat Arash. He beat Luca Luzignoli. So yeah, finishing 10th is really good. And in Worlds, he finished 8-3, which is also a good result, right? And in this season, decent Lille finish, decent Stuttgart finish, really good Birmingham finish, good Stockholm finish, and again a really good Seville finish. So I would say he's probably like B-, I assume. I think this looks about right, yeah. And I would put Matteo Velata, just because he won the last regional, I would put him over Giulio. David Fernandez is a player who's also playing for the invite, I think. Yeah, like 815 championship points currently is not a lot. GCs were not amazing. 195 is like 80, 64, 50. It's also not terrible, but as I said, also not amazing. And then the majors. Thank you, Squigo, for the follow. Appreciate it. David Fer. Wait, where's the accent? It's, yeah, my first guess was correct. So Again, he starts not in the first season, but in the second season, only has like mediocre results. And in this season, he has 5-3. Oh, I did not mean to do that. In this season, he has 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 3-5, 7-4 in Birmingham, 5-3, 5-3, 4-4, 5-3, 7-4. So he is probably on the level of those guys here. He has 2 day 2s in this season, while Simon only has 1. But he also played more than Schmon, to be fair. He played more regionals, I think. Actually, let's do it this way. Yeah, this looks about right. And then the last Spanish player that is going is Jordi Casado Rejas. Right? Was it Rejas or Rajas? Rejas. Jordi Casado Rejas is also, doesn't have the invite, is 790, only 135 points in GC, with like results of 50, 50, 35. And even the majors are not amazing, but also not super terrible. So again, they didn't play the first season, but the second season, and they had mediocre results. And then in this season, they start off with a day 2, top 128, 1-4 in Gdansk, 4-4 in LAAC, 5-3 Birmingham, 8-4 EUAC, 5-3 Seville, 5-3 Utrecht, 3-3 Bologna. So because of the day 2 in EUAC, he is probably better than the other 3, but still a B tier, a D tier, I feel like. My bad. Let me double check which results Nicolo had. 8-3, 8-3, 7.3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, looks about right. Actually, like this. Thank you, Melody, for the follow. Appreciate it. And now we should go with, before we go with the UK players, let's go with the Austrian player, Simon Bernard. Simon is a good friend of mine, and he is like, if he would play at his top level consistently, he would be really good. But since he doesn't do it, he is not that good. Like 6-3, 4-5, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 4-5, 4-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-4 words. Which leads us to this season. 5-3, 0-2. I don't know if he was there. I'm actually not entirely sure. Then day 2 in Gdansk, top 64, 5-3, 8-3 in Birmingham. It was actually not top cut, no, but close. 4-4 EUIC, 5-3, 4-4, 5-3. Like, he is probably, but he's almost qualified for Worlds. He just needs some more points because he's currently at 900. He just needs a top 512 finish because that gives him plus 20. And I can see him get there. So Simon Bernard is also D tier. I will do this. Probably like this. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah. Now the Nielsens, okay? Are you ready for the Nielsens? Shall I cut the regional? Fair. Yeah, magic, 100%. But yeah, that's very fair, Dubious. I forgot that part. But yeah, the Nielsens. Okay. The Nielsens are both definitely good players. Let's start with Frederick, because Frederick is the more consistent player. I feel like Nikolai has like the higher results. Like Nikolai has a top 8 worlds, and now he finished top 4 in Utrecht as well. No, it was Stockholm. No, it was Utrecht. Yes, it was Utrecht. But Frederick is just more consistent overall. Actually, true, Ryan, true. But yeah, Frederick in the first season, not great results. Had a win in it, had 3. Wait a second. He started 4-0 after beating Wolf, Seller, and Ben Grisma, and he lost 3 win-ins for day 2 worlds. Damn. Against good players, obviously, but that's crazy. Just gotta double check. Okay. Yeah, like they both, like, I think they came, like, one of them or are both of them like Hearthstone world champions even. It's crazy. But yeah, then in the second season, Frederick had a top 8 finish in Gdansk, a top 16 finish in Liverpool, top 64 in Dortmund, top 8 in Stockholm as well, and that's it. And in this season, he starts off 1-3 drop in Dortmund, but then he goes top 16, top 16, top 32, 8-4 in EUIC, and top 64. So Frederick Nielsen is probably on A- level. Or maybe B+. Now I see him in front of Antonio for sure. And probably even in front of Pardo. And then we've got Nikolai, okay? And Nikolai, I will add the Heu. Nikolai Heu Nielsen is a player that has even more ups, but I feel like also more downs. Because first season as well, like he had at least a day 2 in Malmo, and he was, as I already said, his Worlds one was really good. And then in the second season, he had a top 16 in Stuttgart, and a top 16 in Dortmund, and a top 64 in NAIC, as well as a day 2 in Worlds again. So in ICs and Worlds, Nikolai performs slightly better. But the season for Nikolai was not that great, because he had 5-3, 7-4 is alright, and an 8-3 is actually good. He did cut Gdansk, but then 5-3, 1-3, 4-4 EUIC, but now top 4 in Utrecht. So I feel like it's very similar, but I feel like... Oh, Nicol... If you take a look at the CP sheet, Frederick definitely performed better. But that's partially due to the GCs as well, because Nikolai only got 275 points in GCs, while he got 430. Yeah, I also thought about putting them next to each other, but... Actually, this looks not bad. And then Oliver Escolin, okay? Owe VGC, or just Owe, is a player who, as well, like, he was the finalist of EUIC 2022. So he had a IC finals before. And like he also had great results in SV. Top 8 in Utrecht in the first SV season, top 32, top 32. But the international level was not amazing. EUIC he was 6-3 after starting 6-0. He lost to Matty, Fedecampo, and David Barker. Like, obviously, those are great players, but still, 6-0 into 6-3 is so rough. And then in the second season, top 16 in Barcelona, good Lille finish into Gdansk win, good EUIC as well. And then he suddenly goes top 16 in Worlds. And then in this season, he goes top 8 in LAIC. Day 2's Dortmund, day 2's Gdansk. Second in Birmingham. But since Birmingham, he only went 5-3 in regionals and EUIC. So, Oliver. Obviously a world-class player. But where do we rank him? Maybe here? I feel like this is a good spot for Owe. Well, his consistency is like not that good, to be fair. I guess 50% day 2, 25% cut rate is not terrible, but also not comparable to the others on like the top. His top 50 and top 100 rate is not amazing, but that goes to like some more players as well. So I will keep it that way for now. And now the players from the United Kingdom. Terran, I haven't found anything if he is going or not. But Terran plays every IC, and that's why I just figured that he will go, especially because he's in the Travel Award race. He's currently 15th, and getting better chances would obviously increase it would increase the chance of getting the TA, right? And Terran is like a really good player. Top 32 OCAC, Liverpool 33rd. He won Perth, and then top 8 in Malmo. He had a 4-3 in Worlds. The Kappa brothers. What do you mean with Kappa brothers? Or Kappa sisters? I do not know what Kappa means. But yeah, top 4 in Lille. But other than that, a long time nothing. Top 32 in Stockholm. Suddenly top 32 in NAIC. He top cuts Worlds. And in this season, good Dortmund, good Gdansk, good Birmingham, good EIC, good Vancouver. Like in this season, he's probably very comparable to Matty Morgan, I would say. A cuppa is a cup of tea. Ah. I see. But yeah, I feel like Terran is slightly worse than Matty. I would put him in A+ still. That's where I would put Terran. Next up, we've got Matt Maynard. And Matt, I'm a little surprised on Matt's season because I never really expected Matt to pop off like that. He had a good Players' Cup as far as I know. He was able to have a really deep run in the Players' Cup, but in regionals in Scarlet and Violet, 6-3, 6-3. EUIC was not bad with 8-6. 5-4 Worlds, 4-3. And then in the second season, 6-3, 6-3. Good Stuttgart, 6-3, 6-3, 5-4. Suddenly top 4 in Stockholm, 5-3. No, wait. And then he didn't play Worlds. And then in this season, he starts off with 5-3. And then 7-4, 8-3. Top 32 in Birmingham with 8-3. He did cut EUIC, goes top 16. And top 32 in Stockholm again. So this season was a really good season for him. But I still don't see him over the Nielsen brothers, but maybe here. Maybe like this. Yes. It's also funny that I ranked Matt next to Victor because they played in top 32 on stream in EUAC. That's actually quite funny. Next up we've got Jamie Boyd. And I know Jamie Boyd is a very polarizing player. And I'm honestly not sure if he will play NAIC because I think last year he didn't play NAIC, and the year before that he also didn't play NAIC. But everybody said Jamie Boyd in my tweet. But like I'm honestly not sure about that because he also never played LAIC. He only played EUIC and European Regionals. Why should he suddenly play NAIC? I feel like Jamie is not playing NAIC. I'm like confident in that. Unless if Jamie tweeted himself that he was playing NAIC, I would buy it. But if not, I think he is not playing. Yeah, Jamie also has his invite. Like, he is around here. Jamie Boyd. Yeah, he has 160 points. Yeah, I feel like Jamie is not an NAIC player. It's not because he is bad or anything. It's because he just doesn't play NAIC. Or he also never played LAIC, so yeah. Oscar Gillet, I will mark him with like some yellow background. Same goes for Liam Westland because they both said that they will go if they get a ticket tomorrow. Because as some of you might know, Oscar and Liam, as some of you might know, they will give away new tickets, or like 20 players get a new chance to play, basically. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, Aris. I mean, it was very similar for me in my first 1.5 years. Actually, in my first 2 years, pretty much. Like, this season was different, but yeah. Oscar Gillet first. Oscar Gillet, like all those 5 players we have left are not qualified for Worlds yet. Oscar Gillet currently he's currently exactly 75th. His GCs were like not good. His GCs were 50, 35, 35. And that's why he probably needs points. But the good thing is that the top 256 would be enough for him. But top 256 is also either day 2, so either 6-2 or 5-3 at NAIC. A good 5-3. A lot of 5-3s will not get points, and not 5-3. No, yeah, 5-3. Yes, 5-3. That's what I wanted to say. So let's take a look at his tournaments. So he started last season with 5-4, 5-4. And then in this season, Lille was a good tournament. And then 5-3 in Gdansk, 5-3 in EUIC. But he did cut Stockholm. And he had a decent Utrecht one. So I would say he is probably over here. He is bold because this is currently the cutoff. He is currently ranked 75th. As you can see, the auto invites do not count into this. And that's why, so that everybody knows this is the current cutoff. Like, if the season ends now, everybody up to Oscar Gillet will be, is qualified for Worlds, if you mean this. Or if you mean the yellow thing, it's because he doesn't have a ticket yet. Next up, we've got Amrit Man. He is currently sitting, he should be somewhere over here. Amrit Man. Here, 852 again, really, really bad GCs, but decent regional finishes. Let's take a look. I'm with Man. So he in the first season EUIC 5. Second season Liverpool and EUIC both 6-3. And then in this season 3-5 start in Dortmund, but then 7-4 Lille, 7-3 Gdansk, some bad tournaments, but also 6-4 in Seville. I feel like he's probably... Actually, Gabrielle Yanzo is supposed to be like over here. Actually, let's put Gabriel over here. Then Oscar, Nicolo, and then probably Amrit. Yeah. This looks about right. Next up, we've got Y Deng. And Y Deng actually has is lower than the others, but they have a result still open. So if they get 100 points, which is also top 256, they get their invite, because as you can see, they only played 4 tournaments and their GCs were better than from the others. So Y Deng started in this season with 8-3, 5-3, 9-3, 8-3. 8-3, 5-3, 9-3, 5-3. So 2 day 2s, 1 cut. I feel like it's probably over here. This looks about right. We will obviously fine-tune this stuff a little bit. Sean Sumner. Sean Sumner is also like 798, right? Not great GCs, you know it. And the regionals were fine. So in their first season, 5-4, 6-3, 6-3, 5-4. And then in this season, day 2 in Dortmund, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 9-3 in EUIC, with a 7-1 day 1, and then 5-3 in Utrecht. So, yeah. Probably over here. And Liam Westland is another one of those players who aged up in this season. So it's the first season in Masters for him. Liam Westland. Let's take a look at the CP sheet first. Liam Westland. Here, 770 with a 60 result. So Liam has to go top 32 to get a qualification for Worlds, because again, GCs were not good. And Liam's tournament ones were day 2 in Dortmund, no points in Lille, 5-3 in Birmingham, 5-3 in EUIC, 5-3 in Utrecht, and now cut in Bologna. So very similar to like the others. I guess very similar to Santiago Molina. So and Amrit Man. Okay. And now let's do some fine tuning, okay? We have a lot of players in S tier. I would like to put some of them down, but it seems so odd to put some of them down. I think it's also due to a lot of Italians being in the chat, and now like nobody really contributed anything, right? And it was also the start of it all. So yeah, I will put Terran in A. It needs to be a bell shape, not a U shape. I know. Jotas, by the way, why did you lie to me? That is not cool. Yeah, I know what a Normalverteilung is. Bro. Okay, now I'm curious. Yeah, for sure. Like, Kusha told me that you told him weeks ago that you were not going. Like, come on. Okay, that's fair. But still, if you knew it weeks ago that you were not going. No, 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 no. Like, literally, I said to Kusha that that you wanna go, and he said no. He's 100% not going because he told me that he doesn't want to go. So yeah, I guess that was just a misunderstanding. Um, Actually, since Victor never won something, so the cheat shot, we can say that this is like. Yeah, this is taking some forms. I like that. Actually, TOT over here as well. Huh. What is your top 5 best EU players of all time? Saini, I have no. Like, I don't know anything about the seasons from 2010 to 2022. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I can tell you what the 5 best players of Scarlet Violet are. Like, I said it multiple times that I don't know anything about the history of VGC. But yeah, it's like exactly you cannot make it normal verteilt because of the players that are registered. Um, I'm just thinking, now Julius should be with those guys. This looks amazing because now we have like here like this. This is like yeah, this looks amazing. And I feel like this is very representable going into um NAIC. Appreciate it, Lily. Birdie A plus. Actually, why did I put Birdie so low? Wasn't he like higher? But not A plus. Yeah, I really like this list. Yeah, this look okay. Like the S is amazing. The A plus is amazing. The A is amazing. The B plus is good. Yeah, I feel like this is a good list, honestly. I feel like I think I'm really happy how this turned out. Ah, I know what you mean. Wait. Oh, is Reiki going? Boom. Okay, I should turn down the music. I just love that track. But yeah, unfortunate Reiki. Or Ika, rather. But I will see you at Worlds, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, this is actually perfect. It's like, now it's a U. It's a U shape. And like, I actually agree with everything. It's not like I did it for the aesthetic things. Like, you can literally say that this is correct. I guess no, Terran has to be A+. Sorry, Ruben. Actually, is it sorry, Ruben? It is sorry, Ruben. Or is it sorry, Theotime? Nah, actually... Boom, perfect. I should hide... Oh yeah, that is also cool. I will highlight everyone that is not on the list. I know how I do it. Also, I should use a different color. Because I want the tiers to have a different color as well. Like, those do not have the ticket yet. Is it the same gray? Okay. And let me put in some music really quick. I can mark everyone who is... Well, we can mark everyone in the TA race in one color, and we can mark everybody in the top 75 race in one color. And for those where it doesn't matter, we just keep it as it is. No, Licky Lou, no. So those are all set. I guess Alex Gomez, is he playing for the TA? I mean, 1439 is set, I would say. But Cherry Belly is playing for the TA. Rios is not playing for the TA. Victor is not. Chichiot is not. Owain is playing for the invite. I guess, yeah, Terran is playing for the TA. Ruben is playing for nothing, I feel like. Would you say, okay, should I mark him green? Because if he wins the whole thing, he will get the TA. I guess he is playing for the TA, yeah. Come on. Your team is not playing for anything. Oliver Escolin. Where's Owe? He's not playing for anything. I guess for glory. But like, you know, Jay Modry is also playing for the TA. Adam, if he goes, I pretty much like think that there's nothing to gain. Nikolai as well, he has like the same amount as Adam, but Frederick is playing for the TA. World's TA. I should have clarified, yeah. Pardo also still has to play because I think 1380 might not be enough. Antonio Sanchez. Yeah, no. Joan is playing for the TA, I know that. Matt is playing for the TA. Victor is playing for a TA. Max is playing for nothing, I feel like. He should be around 1000. Yeah, he has 1002. I guess he still has a whole result open, so if he wins the whole thing, but he's not close. I will only mark those that are close. Mateo Velata has how many points? Wait, here. I guess he is playing for the TA. Nah, not really. Well, actually, perhaps. Talao is playing for the TA as well. Yanzo is just playing for fun, I feel like. Gabrielle Yanzo. Yeah. Waideng is not in top 75. Shawnee Boy is not in top 75. The gray ones are also obviously not in top 75. Wait, this is above the green. Yeah, okay. It's the same. I can see like a trend. It's actually pretty funny. Like everybody outside of like Gabrielle is playing for the invite, who's C+ or lower. And Aurelian, I guess. So yeah. And now I will make my projected cutoff for all the things, okay? I feel like currently the 16th is Ibrahim. So Julia will probably get some points. John as well, Victor as well. Like those players will all get points. My guess is that the TA will be 1400. 1400 something will be the TA. And yeah, 1400. Then for top 22 for the stipend, currently the 22nd is, hold on, Stefano Greppi is 22nd, but since Hengye and Stefano are not going and Lorenzo is not going, like for the stipend you need probably 1280, maybe 1300. And for the cutoff, okay. Let's say Oscar Gilly gets top 256. Then he rises to 920. Same goes for Simon Bernard. Same goes for Marco Maras if they just go top 512. So those three players will go up for sure. Shairaba could get points, so he will go up for sure. So if all four of them just get points, like top 512, the stipend is that you get, like the TA is that you get 2,500-ish bucks after taxes and like the course and everything. You get 2,500, even if you don't play Worlds. But if you finish between 17th and 22nd, you get like 700 bucks. And you only get those 700 bucks if you play around at Worlds. So you cannot just stay home and get the money. So that's the big difference. But yeah, those four will probably get points. And Aurelian will also shoot up. Then I assume Waideng, since Waideng did not have a finish yet, if they get 100 points, it also goes up to 922. Amrit Man is going, Santiago Molina is going. They obviously will not get all points, but Liam Westend is also going, but at this point, like, those players over here have to go top 32 or deeper. But I would say that 100 points from White Deng is not impossible. Amritman has an 80 finish. 922 seems super likely. Yeah, I feel like the cutoff will be... So the cutoff will be between 917 and 900... Since there are so many players at 925, it will be... Nicolo is also going, so this might also shoot up. So, yeah. Depending on who still registers, my estimate is between 925 and 912. Like, I would... 911. Like, Tom Winter probably is not going to make it, unfortunately. Jack Clark as well, but they can if everything goes their way. Nicolo is like playing himself, and if he gets points, Femi is not going to make it. So yeah, it's like, I feel like it will be like maximum of everything is 930. It's impossible for it to be higher than 930. Or like, I feel like 925 should be the maximum. Mark Cotta is 1 point below. Oh, Bedex. Yeah, like, they are not gone. They are not gone. They are not through. Exactly what Dank says. We kinda have to hope, or like not we, but they can also hope that Chichiot or Matt, we can take a look at our power ranking. If someone without an auto invite wins the thing, if it gives another invite, right? But the problem is, who of the non-auto invites can do that? It's there's still a lot. Chichiot, Matty, Teotime, Rios, Owe, Alex Gomez, Pardo, Canuelo, Giulio, Joan, Victor, Frederick. But yeah, I know that it's top 4, but like, who would you say without an auto invite goes top 4? Like, it could happen that the top 4 will be Wolf Glick, Marco Fierro, Michael Kelch, Fede Campo. And then, yes, 3 Europeans are in top 4, but nobody gives you an extra spot, right? So, yeah. Also, Ika, I never said it, but congratulations from the bottom of my heart for winning Seville with Zama Dragonite, the GOAT. Really well done. Yo, Shawnee, welcome. We were just talking about you. But yeah, so you cannot predict it. But yeah, if you consider, let's say, one more auto invite, like 900 is the current cutoff, not going to be enough. And since all 4 votes will get plus 20, and maybe we don't know if Francesco Biase or Gian Maria Sobino is playing. But maybe they are playing. I know that Roy Gomez is registered. He said he's probably not going, but he is registered. And who knows, because of this new wave, maybe Pascalis Dementis is now registering. Pierre Coste, Giovanni Piscitelli, like, we don't know. Expected to place rank 1. Yeah, you are like, I mean, you are in C+. That's not terrible. So, yeah. Like, D is obviously also not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Pierre Coste, 100%. I think it will be 920. My expected cutoff is also 920. And you know what's crazy about all of that? All Femi Jordanovic, Jack Clark, and Tom Winter, as you can see, they didn't have local CP maxed, okay? And on the last weekend, in the United Kingdom, where we're still, like in the last weekend, because now you cannot play locals anymore, by the way, in the last weekend, where we're 4 cups and 10 challenges or something, and I thought, okay, yeah, Tom Winter is going to pass my friends, Jack Clark is going to pass my friends, Femi Jordanovic is going to pass my friends, but it didn't happen, which was crazy. But yeah, and that's why I say the projected cutoff is 920 to 925. It's either going to be like those players or Mark Cotta or one of the ones that will be new at 920 together with Femi Jordanovic. So it's 920 to 25. Yes, Ika, exactly. But I don't know. Let's say Alessio is 75th. Okay? Does that mean, let's say Alessio ends at 75th. What do you think? What happens with Wahim Fazan? Because if Alessio ends 75th, okay? They have the same ranking on the leaderboard as well, because they have the same amount of play points too. Does it get coin flipped, or do both get the invite? Does Europe get 76 invites plus the auto invites, man? I would say yes. Yeah, like both get the invite. There is no ELO anymore, Lecrelu. There was ELO in the last 2 years, but ELO disappeared. And yeah, Sean, you need top 32. And you think you can do it? That's pretty good. Like, confidence is important, obviously. Do you have your team ready? Feeling good about it? If those 3 UK players don't make it, I need a roommate. Yes, Sam. How did it feel to go top 8 in Seville? Like, 1065 is crazy. Like, you had a good season. And congrats on the top 8, obviously. I was away and locals were... Oh, Dank Void. Who are you? Are you... Okay, let me guess. You are Femi. No. Oh, now you gotta tell me, because I don't know. Dank Void. Ours is just because that's the season structure. Yeah, Byles, I know, you're Billy Byles, the one and only. Yeah, like, you had a good season. I mean, you top 8 with Groudon, your Eternatus team was also not bad. And your GC, like, I think, like, also if you take a look at the championship points and stuff, you are a good player. Femi, okay. I thought I was fine after Utrecht. Yeah, things really escalate. Like, after Utrecht, the cutoff rose 65 points, and now it rose 40 points again. And yeah, like 900. I feel like it, but you have a lot of play points, right? Right? Yeah, you have 82 play points. So if you tie, like, I think Simon Bernard will pass you because an IC gives more than 2, but you will be above Marco Maras and Oscar Gille if they only get 20. But, oh my god, this race is crazy. We'll push on. But, okay, I was about to say, what about Worlds? But you said you need a roommate for Worlds, so you are playing Worlds. But the way you phrased this just now, it sounded like you're not playing Worlds. I don't know if, for example, Davide and Dill will both get passed, which doesn't make a difference, right? Or does it make a difference if both of them get passed? Because they will both get passed. I did not think about that, but I think this should not make a difference. But yeah, Eden Bachelor is not going, I don't think. And yeah, Nils Dunlop, I guess. Let's go, Sam. Let's do it. But yeah. That's basically my talk about the projected cutoffs. Like, I would only feel safe if I feel like Pro Man and the players over Pro Man can 100% be safe. I feel like 930 should also do it, and 925 is really going to cut the line. Yeah, I know that it is toxic, and I obviously cannot relate because I was not in such a position. Well, I can actually relate because two of my very close friends, Ryan Fazan and Alexander Ubax, are in that kind of position. And it really hurts your mental. Like, you cannot live without thinking about it. Because, especially now, you still have to wait 1.5 more weeks. And you're like, oh, who is going? And I hope they do not perform. And I hope, it is toxic in the end, yes. And it is sad to see that such a thing exists. But it's also, in a different way, it's kind of exciting. Like, not the whole toxicity thing. I hate that. I agree with that. But it's exciting that like literally the best players of the season can play Worlds. Like, I feel like it's a cool thing, but it comes with really toxic traits. Because last year's Worlds, it's sorry to say, but it was kind of a joke. 700 players playing Worlds. You didn't need a single point from majors to get to Worlds, which is also cool because you can get your invite only playing locals and GCs, which is a good thing for players that just do not have enough money to travel that much and stuff. Completely understandable, but when players play Worlds, which are not the greatest players in the end, which, like, what is Worlds for you? Should Worlds be the best player of the best? Or should Worlds technically be the last tournament of the season and everybody is supposed to win Worlds if they can play the tournament of their life? I think I am safe. Yeah, Ricky, I think, yeah. But it's close. Yeah, that's what I also think, Kusha. Like, with 930, 925, like 4 people at 930, 3 people at 925 is so crazy. And yeah, Ricky, 100%. Like, as I just said, I would say with 940 you are safe. But you know it now. Like, players thought, like, I feel like 1 month ago, players all said 850, enough, 850 is going to be enough. I will just sit at 850. Let's say you have 850 and you're like, okay, it's not going to be that high. I'm not going to play any more events, special events, NAIC not in for me. And suddenly you see this and then you're like, oh, I wish I would have played. Like, yeah. Like, before the season started, it's pretty funny because you can find the tweet on my Twitter. Before the season started, I said that the cutoff in EU is going to be 950. And I was actually super close. Like, I will be less than 30 points away. But yeah. Each round at NAIC will birth and kill dreams. And that's why I'm going! I will be live there! Oh no. Dude. That reminds me of one tweet. I will show it to you. It's from Kusha actually. But like, this is literally NAIC. Look at this. X2 tables in NAIC. Hey, do you go for Worlds? Very nervous. If I lose this, I won't have a chance to go for Worlds. And I worked so hard. Yeah, no, I really just care about having a good set. Unless you give me a win. No, I was just kidding. Everything I say is just... that was good. We should have just made it a high bar. Well, is it okay if I just call you Dank here because that's easier? I can also call you Femi if you like that more. You just gotta tell me. But I feel like they just wanted to make sure that they have a set number of players so they can plan it. Because last year, they probably expected like 400 VG players, because it was never more than 400. I think like the record was 300 something at worst. And suddenly they are 680 and they had to maybe change plans and stuff. So with that, like obviously there are auto invites, but you have like a range of players that can be there. And if you say, okay, let's do 900 championship points or something, you don't know if it will be in the end, if it only will be 50 Europeans or it will be 200 Europeans. But since they made it a bar now, if they keep the points distribution, which they shouldn't, because you know the difference between top 16 and top 8 is insane. I want to find an example. Is someone like 280, 160? Like top, like you know that it is insane, top 16, top 8. But if they keep it that way, they know what the next bar could be. But if they change the point structure, they again have to make wild speculations. But yeah. For me, this new system was kind of assuming I was never making it. I mean, from the skill level you're in, you are definitely in the top 75, I would say. You should have more self-confidence. It should be an all-star type of exclusive tournament. Okay, fair enough. The system should somehow change so that it depends more on you than if someone plays one more last event. Well, but how do you do that? Okay, so this is your suggestions. The system should change in such a way. But how do you do that, Ika? Like, I don't see how you can actually get there, you know? I mean, 800 is also not super far away, Ika. Prior to Bologna, there was no way of knowing. Yeah, especially now that they made a new wave tomorrow, so many players can now, like, in this 800-ish range, so many players could book something last minute. Oh, it's so terrible. Nice second tab that you have open. Which one? You mean this one? No. You mean this one? Or like I have multiple tabs. Well, Kusha. For me, top 8 and top 16 is just a little weird. Maybe you should change between top 32 and top 16. You should make the jump there. Or I guess the reasoning is you have to win a round in cut to get rewarded. So as long as you don't win in cut, you don't get rewarded. And that's why there's the jump. Because you can start in top 16, you have to play this extra round. But either way, you have to win at least one round in cut to get awarded. Thank you, Chaos, for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah. It was you, Ben. I thought, like, you have the same color as Kusha, so I thought Kusha was writing this. My bad. How you doing? Yeah. I was, we were checking all these things. And I also want to make sure that I pass with any IC. No, just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. That's actually my goal, obviously, but yeah. You fell asleep next to me at Utrecht. I was in such a terrible state. I was literally about to die, technically. And I still played the tournament. I should have, in retrospective, I should have dropped. I should have not played. I was feeling terrible, but I still wanted to play. From how fast the scene has been growing. If I set the cutoff at roughly what it ends up being this year, there's still no guarantee. Yeah, especially, I don't think that we will have champions, but if we change to champions, I say, if we have champions, not gonna lie, we could have 2,000 person regionals. Or what do you guys think? Do you think when we could get to such numbers with champions. Ours. That's what we are talking about. You don't know how many players will get 1,000 championship points. Like, before you do that, or do you mean for next season? Maybe you can also, like, what I think, especially with NAIC now, maybe you could say, okay, you do a best finish limit of 4 in regionals and 1 in internationals, or like 3 in... Do you think a best finish limit of 3 in regionals and 1 in internationals, that would benefit players that do not have that much money and only play like 2 regionals in a season? Shoutouts to Korn. Or do you think it's too less, like there are too few regionals if you only have a best finish limit of like 3 in regionals and 1 in internationals, because then a lot of players will have like same amount of points and it won't make things even more stressful? What do you think? You white so much. I appreciate you saying that, but the previous season every event went poorly except EUIC, but for that, therefore EUIC went way better than you ever anticipated. Chaos, who are you exactly? Like, which player are you? I can tell you if you are probably qualified or not. You just gotta tell me who you are. And thank you, Alessandro, for a follow. PT ladder has corrupted all the top players for real. Depends on venue space. That makes sense, yeah. It will be less in person to... No. Magic? I talked with that, with Simon about it. I think they will still keep the in-person tournaments. Maybe they add, like, we still, like, the GCs are still GCs, and there will be as many in-person tournaments as before. There will not be less in-person tournaments because of champions. That is kinda cap. Oh, is that so, Jade? I'm not too sure about that. Who told you that? Is Wolf not participating? This is just an EU ranking. To make up for NA, I made a best regulation player tweet on my Twitter yesterday. What does it mean, each color? Green, red, and gray. So the gray players are those without a ticket yet, but they said they want to get a ticket. The red players are the ones that are not qualified for Worlds yet, but they can qualify if they have a good one. The green players play for a travel award, so they play for a lot of money, and they also need deep ones for that. Yeah, that is fair, Aris. But maybe then players will keep more money to themselves, and I would not say it's wasting money. I mean, I played all ICs in the season. I played LAIC, I played EUIC, and I'm going to play NAIC. Who am I to say it's a waste of money playing those? But it's still like super expensive. Oh yeah, Eric, I also just said what the colors mean. That's funny. Yeah, it's just with champions there are just too many speculations. We just don't know enough. One internet BFL should be a given, fair. Ah, you're Francesco. Yeah, I know. I of course. Chaos, yeah, that's your name on the leaderboard as well. Yeah, Francesco. Obviously, I think you day 2'd in Bologna as well. Congrats. I said in my last stream that you're one of the nicest players I know. I'm really glad that you're here because you are really an amazing person. So how many CP do you have? You're not playing NAIC. Or are you playing NAIC? Are you playing NAIC? Then I can tell you how much you need for your invite. Thank you, big fan here from Spain. Sometimes I send you to... Oh, thank you, Akaviana. I don't check Twitter DMs too much. I should check them more. I don't know, I'm deciding. Who's your favorite NA player? I like Carry a lot, Carry D Ortona. But first and foremost, I really want to see my friends succeed, like Alex, Underhill, Aditya, Supermanian. But yeah. But do you have a ticket, Francesco? So I can tell you already. So you have 815 championship points, okay? And that means that you definitely, since your worst finish is 60, if you go top 64, you will end up at 905. And I highly doubt that 905 will be enough. 905 almost never is going to be enough. So you need to go top 32 to do it. But 905 can be enough as long as I'm pretty sure that William will get points, and those 3 players still have to go, like, as you can see, they still already have results, so they still have to go for good runs. So but I don't think, maybe if the top 4 is shaped with Francesco Piopero, Matty Morgan, Eric Rios, and Alex Gomez or something, then 900 will be enough. But you probably need top 32. Yeah, that's what I just said, Kusha, technically, yeah. So, yeah. In the end, think that way, okay? Don't think about the invite, okay? Like, obviously, the invite is something you want to achieve if you go there. But you, first and foremost, you should ask yourself, okay, even if I don't get the result, do I think that the money is worth it to have a good time with maybe some friends? I don't know, like, if you go, would you travel alone? Would you travel with friends? Because you can just have a really great weekend with friends. And if you say it's worth the money, then you should go. Like, you should always plan with the worst case, which means you don't get your Worlds invite. But would you say it's a waste if you don't get your Worlds invite? If you say, like, on Bourbon Street, like, the weekend itself is going to be amazing, then you should book it, okay? Good evening, Sabaku. How are you doing? The new regulation will start in September because August is still Worlds with the same regulation until end of August. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Francesco. I hope you make it because, as I said, you're an amazing person. But that would also mean that you you endanger my friends, which is kind of dangerous. But yeah, I'm not going into NAIC with the exception and stress that I need my invites. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, Nicola. Like, that's what I wanted to say. You should never, like, Pokemon is not your #1 priority. Like, obviously, it would be cool to get your invite, but first and foremost, you just want to have a good weekend. And yes, obviously, if you don't get your invite, your weekend is not going to get as good as when you get your invite. That is like, wow, mind-blowing. But I think in the end, just you want to have the best time possible, and you will have the best time possible if you don't think about the invite during your flight, during your night into day 1, during your evening, and like even after day 1. Let's say you go 6-2 after day 1. I would be so happy. Like, okay, I have some higher expectations, to be fair, but I would be so happy if I get day 2 into NAIC. But if you still think the way, oh, I have to go top 32, I cannot sleep, I cannot celebrate because I still have to go 3-1 tomorrow, I'm panicking, like, that's just the wrong approach. So real, Kusha, so real. But yeah, that being said, I feel like I should eat something. At least my stomach is telling me to eat something. So I think it's about time to end the stream. It was a really, really fun stream. I'm really looking forward to make a World's Player tier list with 350 players. So this took us, like the tier list itself took us 3 hours and another hour for like this whole CP talk. But let's say 3 hours for 42 players. This times 10 makes 30 hours. Are you ready for a 30-hour player rank stream in a few weeks when we know all the invites? I hope you are. Yo, Kason, oh no. And also, David, I'm about to end the stream now. Simply copy the PT letter. Well, it's close, but Marco Fierro dropped quite a bit. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope you will follow NAIC, not with me, because as I said, I will be there. Some players, some of you still do not believe me, but I will be there for now. Oh, wait, Fede Campo is streaming Mario Kart World. Is there a demo or something? Because I thought Mario, like, can you already get a Switch 2? He already has the game. Damn. I don't have a Switch 2 yet. Oh. Okay. Damn, I'm jealous. But if you wanna see some Mario Kart World content, I know a lot of you don't wanna get spoiled and stuff, but I will wait you to Fede Campo, because Fede Campo was also here in the chat. He's a nice guy. Yeah. What is your guess? I say it's going to be 920. That's my final call. But yeah, you can write something like Fede Campo is not going to win NAIC as a rate message. MDB is going to win NAIC. I don't know. Do something funny. I will see you. I will see if I can get a video done until tomorrow. I know there were no videos for a whole week now, but I'm currently fixing some life stuff. You know, real life is important. So, and this is still something I do not as a job, just as a hobby. So I hope you understand if sometimes there are no streams or no videos, because uni or like college and everything, it's a lot, okay? But we'll be back. And good night.